channel.
Hello guys, thanks for staying with us and welcome back to the channel. Finally, so we give you detailed
That's
analysis
right.
of sport from fans' reaction to pre and post match reaction. Of course, in-depth match reaction. I have my brothers here with me, Chukwueze and AY Baba.
Yes,
Guys,
yes,
good to have you guys back
Mm.
on set. Yes, you on the social media platform on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, where we'll bring you the full package, all at Final Whistle 931. Yes, guys, we are still basking in the moment of celebration as we brought the Unity Cup home yesterday, but we want to see how each player impacted in that game yesterday. AY, let me start with you real quick on this one. Sterling Wabali was on the post for 90 minutes.
Stanley considered 2 goals.
Yeah.
I think the first goal he would have done better.
Okay.
We saw those defensive lapses cause the goals, but I think there are instances where we see goalkeepers come to the rescue.
Come to the rescue. Yeah.
So I think he would have done better for the first goal. Second goal, I didn't blame him. So for a goalkeeper to concede 2 goals, and it did not look like a keeper that had a clue in the penalty shootout.
Yeah.
Thank God that they lost that play.
Thank
that
you.
Penalty. It did not have a clue.
I was sure.
I watched the under 20 goalkeeper. He gave us something to cheer for at least in the penalty shootout. If they continue to play that penalty up till now,
You know, go catch one. One. You know, go catch
So I'm
one.
going to give him a 4 over 10.
4 over 10. What you go?
I think Stanley Nwabali will be our greatest undoing. Yes. If we go to the World Cup with this guy, when serious players catch him.
I'm not catch up.
Look when they play. See when I go qualify go World Cup, when I will see him for myself. How will you go to penalties? Let's forget about what happened in the main game. Defensive error. I totally agree. The penalty, you don't even. Hi. 3 over 10. I bet if I start the talk, I go invest me. 3 over 10.
3 over 10.
No, that guy missed that ball.
Yeah.
He go score.
Definitely.
That's the guy playing.
Inside those four penalties, which one he dive to the right direction? Go on, then go back and watch.
Timing very poor.
Time was very poor, yeah.
The one that he went to the right direction. Poor timing.
Yeah.
And he's,
3 over 10. Yes, I think the coach took a stunt on us yesterday. AY. We saw our back line. We saw Benjamin Frederick. We saw Ismail Sadiq as usual. And then we saw
Igor
Ogbu.
and Felix
And then we saw Felix Agu at the defense line yesterday. How do you rate those players?
Let's be like this. The right back and the left back.
Okay.
Let me start from Felix Agu. I saw a very hungry player.
Yeah.
I saw a player that really wanted to prove a
To
point.
deliver, yeah.
That's
I
right.
saw a player that was flexible going forward and dependable at the back.
Defensive.
So I think
Nice one.
he was one of the highlights of yesterday. I think he didn't allow the debut nervousness to get into him.
Yeah.
So I give him a 6 over 10.
Okay.
Migo Ogbu, another very good defender yesterday. I think he did the basics well. And there's absolutely nothing to talk about because I saw those defensive lapses did not come through him naturally.
Yeah.
So I give him also a 6 over 10.
Okay.
Benjamin Frederick, who looked like the best defender yesterday.
Yeah.
Solid guy, raw talent. I think he did not look like a player that has not been in the team before. He looked like he has been in Super Eagles for
a
ages.
long time. Yeah.
And another thing I noticed about him is the height did not show too much. It was so short because we have seen where we see short defenders getting chance
Yeah.
in the box 18.
Yeah.
I think he secured his position, and I think he's even more of a right back than the centre back.
Yeah.
So we saw him play in the centre back position yesterday against his normal right back position. So I think he had a fantastic game as far as the defense line is concerned. He was even covering for Ismail Sadiq yesterday.
Okay.
So I'll give him a 7 over 10. Ismail Sadiq, I think he was the worst of all the defenders yesterday. I think he didn't have a very good game. I think for Ismail Sadiq, I think he should consider working on his defensive abilities.
Yeah.
See, for a defender, I think your work is to defend, not to attack.
Yeah.
If you have attacking ability as a defender, that is the
That's
plus for you.
it's a plus
Your
for you.
basic work that people will applaud you for is defense.
Defend.
If you as a defender, you cannot support, you cannot go forward. People will naturally forgive you. But when you are
Your primary role.
yeah, you are
Primary
doing your
role,
primary
yeah.
role. Look at how that guy beat him. Look at that guy was beating him back to back to back. How can we trust you to take you to World Cup qualifier like this? Or talk less of the World Cup? This kind of player, Travastella or Yama, Dembele will catch up.
Shege Banza, now you go see.
So I think he struggled. You know you don't have the speed. There was no need for you to allow that kind of play, that kind of PCP yesterday from the Jamaicans. We talk about how athletic they could be, and then the 2 goals came from your wing.
Yeah.
So I think a 3 over 10 for me.
3 over 10. Ugochukwu.
I'll have to just quickly do it. AY has given wonderful analysis,
Yeah.
but I'll just give numbers. I think Felix Agu for me showed he was hungry, and he showed why the coach wanted him ahead of
Bruno
Yemachi yesterday. Defensively, he was aggressive.
Yeah.
Going forward, he was brilliant as well.
Mm.
I think he is like that player that he might do justice to what Chukwueze wants. So I think he had a 7/10 performance yesterday. Then the defense line, just because Benjamin Ferry was not supposed to be there, but he showed the quality. He showed that yes, with time he will get better. He was brilliant yesterday, but I believe he can do better. So that's the good thing. No wonder he won the under-20 Brentford Player of the Year. So I think he had a 7/10 performance for me. Hugo, another brilliant guy. There was defensive errors, no doubt. But I believe with time they would pair them. They will get better. Remember that this is his first pairing with Benjamin Ferry. So you would tell that there was no synergy amongst them, but that's understandable. So for Igor Ogbu, I'll give it a 6/10. And then for Ismaila Sadiq, I'm sad because this is the player that I've always championed for. But I understand that the fact that not every player is pacey. He met a more pacey winger yesterday. These Jamaicans are athletic. They are Usain Bolt. They are Johan Blake. They are very fast. Ashafa Powell them. Nothing did their leg. So I think that was the only problem he had yesterday, and it now gave him fear. He was now fearful to even do the one that he's good at, which was going forward. You get, so I think he had a 5/10. For me, that's all.
The funny thing is, Ismail Sadiq was the man of the match. You guys gave the man of the match last time against Ghana. And now coming to Jamaica is a different story. But looking at the midfield yesterday, we saw the pairing of Wilfred Ndidi, Onyeka, Samuel Chukwueze, and Mosik Simon all together. Let me start with you on that one. How do you assess our midfield yesterday?
The midfield was okay, although that was not what I wanted. But the coach decided. But there's one thing I love about everything happened in that midfield yesterday: the fact that Samuel Chukwueze was in the midfield, and we saw a different Samuel Chukwueze. You get, Samuel Chukwueze was brilliant yesterday. I love that angle that the coach tried to create, and it shows that yes, we might have to take him to the midfield. But he was better from there than that's when they do for wing. You get what I'm saying? So I think Chukwueze had this is his best tournament, 7/10. I want to see how he's going to fare in the friendlies against Russia. I'm looking at that guy, maybe trying to turn a new leaf. So Chukwueze is a good one. Then the other guy, he said Frank Onyeka, the tank. He's old, so I don't expect less from him. He has super egos. That was why I was saying if he had brought in other players for me to test, because this match was not about winning the cup. You get, so this guy, the tank, 6/10. And the other guy, 6/10.
Ndidi was also in that midfield.
Yes, Ndidi was 6/10 for me.
So all of them 6/10.
6/10.
Okay, why?
Chukwueze just
get one ahead of them.
Yeah.
Why? How do you assess our midfield yesterday?
Yeah, I think Goalkeeper has said it all. I will agree. I will go with him with his rating. I think Chukwueze was the brilliant spark from all the midfield. We saw him play a liberal role yesterday. So I think 7/10. Wilfred Ndidi 6/10. Frank Onyeka 6/10. But I would have wanted to see some other players.
Yes,
because we cannot keep. That's just the truth. For me, I feel like we've said we really want to see some, because the creativity is still lacking. We are not seeing it yet. We are seeing a lot of backward and sideways passes. We will not thrive with this against the South Africans. That's the point. That's why we wanted to see the likes of Xavier, wanted to see the likes of Adamu Awaka, what they can bring yesterday. Atlanta was trying to do something yesterday, though it didn't even eventually materialize. But we were seeing the ability to try to do something. And that is what we want to see. You understand? Okay, we will still go back to the next World Cup qualifier with the same
players.
The same players.
Let them don't get time.
Alex.
No excuse again.
So the unit cup is now looks like we didn't even play anything. So now I think for me, I think Chukwueze, if he continues that way, we might have a chance in redeeming our World Cup image if he continues to bring this kind of his A game. I think he had a very good game.
Somebody say he plays the Iwobi pattern very well. I even played better than the Iwobi side. Now we saw Sidi Dresser, Natantella, and Moses Simon all at the front line yesterday. How do you assess those guys yesterday?
Moses Simon, I don't know what is wrong with him. I think
Baba is old now. What do you expect?
I didn't even expect him to apparently stay that long in that match. But I don't know what the coach is doing. But he didn't have it. Aside from that goal that he scored, I think he was struggling to even beat the players. So he didn't have a very good game. All those take-ons that we used to see.
The pull-out
it wasn't coming. It wasn't coming.
I've always had issues with this pull-out. It's
very wrong.
These are very, very wrong, very untimely, and not
loads the ball, I say.
So he has always been like that. So, but the thing is, I think I'll give him 4/10. Natantella, there was a bit of
Link up
something
play,
that he's trying to do, but eventually did not materialize between that time. So he has been outside the team for a while. We can understand that. So he might still need some game time to prove himself. But I will still give him also a 4/10. And then the same thing with Siri Dessas, who actually was the brilliant of all the ones that started yesterday in front. So I give him, he didn't get on the score sheet, but he created an assist from the Simon. So I give him a 6/10.
6/10. Who about you?
I said it all. But the only person I'm going to talk about is Dessas. I love what he did yesterday. He showed that you must not be on the score sheet.
Yeah.
You get as an attacker. And that was why I was complaining about Boniface. No be goal, no be must a good score. You see that layout, there's what layover he gave to Torulu yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, yes, this is what we're talking about. So I think he was the best man in that front line. Like AY said, a 6/10 is not bad.
Okay, now we were talking about making changes that can impact the game, and I think they could do something about that yesterday. We saw we started to switch coming into that midfield. We saw Toru Arokodare, we saw Senior Mankels, and we also saw Sopro Bruno Onyemachi, who came into that game yesterday. Do you think they impacted that game yesterday that you can rate them in that match yesterday?
I think they did to some extent. The likes of Tolu added more attacking force, although he did not materialize to a goal. But I think they did their own best. Kelechi Iheanacho tried to do pull a string from far away. I don't know when last he scored that kind of goal. In the incident, I mean, they do himself. They do himself. He did from far, shoot goal just anyhow.
I said that we were playing with my deep. As if people they shoot, they score from far.
The thing I thought they look him. That's what they do, bro.
Like your brother now.
Then the other guy, Sopru again yesterday, but I don't just know what's going on. But generally, I would say for me, it's something about rating the coach in this tournament. That's what that matters most. The players his substitution so far has not been the best, but we are still trying to see what we can do with him. So, but for the coach, I think for me, I would rate him a 5/10.
5/10.
Yes, in this tournament.
Average
5/10 because I expected more from him. He did not have the balls to do certain changes.
But there were enough balls yesterday.
There were enough balls on the pitch. Over 22 balls.
More than.
Please, let's stick to football.
At least the Nigerian balls.
Anyway, over to you, please. How do you rate our sub yesterday?
The substitution, I think we had Tolu Arokodare. He didn't do so much. We had
Kelechi
Iheanacho, who was not. I didn't even expect to see him.
Okay.
And we have Sopro Onyemachi. I think yes, he has. I think one thing is Bruno Onyemachi will have to sweat to get this jersey from Felix Agu. With what we see that guy
show yesterday.
Yeah, I think he has to do a lot and enough to convince Nigerians and the coach that he has something to offer.
Okay.
Kelechi Iheanacho, like I said, should consider some other type of business, maybe clothes selling
polo,
importing and exporting. So if you leave football for the young ones. So for Chris Santos Uche, at the time when they were bullying us at the midfield yesterday, I knew that if he came in, I think he can also, because he plays very erratic, very always
to the ball.
Yeah. He's also a bully. Once he rolled those shots, you are in for it. We saw somebody that did not look like it was his debut. We saw the courage that he used to pick up that penalty, to take the penalty in the last minute. So I think he was the brilliant of all the subs yesterday.
Yeah.
So I think Tolu will know what Tolu can do. Yeah, we didn't get enough minutes and enough supplies to convert yesterday. I felt like he would have done better with the ones that he had. I saw some very, very ridiculous flying nothings that he was trying to do yesterday, but it was not materializing. So I think 3/10 for Tolu Arokodare. Kelechi Iheanacho, right? Yeah. 2/10. Then Sopro Onyemachi 3/10. Then Uche 6/10.
Your coach,
the coach. If we're judging by results, I think I would divide into two. Judging by results, I think he got the results.
Yeah.
So, but if for me, performance-wise, it's gonna be average. I'll go with Chukwueze 5/10. But talking about result, I think he got the result, which is to win the tournament. But performance for me, I think he made some very, 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 very bad decisions. One is not utilizing the players very well.
Yeah.
Not utilizing the players very well. You carried 9 NPL play after you said you have been watching the league for a while. You didn't even take the highest goal scorer in the league. Yeah. Now the ones that you carried, you underutilized them.
Yeah.
You understand? And I've said it.
You can't
even one match is not even enough Benjamin Frederick is a good player, but I will not stick. I will not say. I will not go all out to say, okay, use him in the World Cup just because of one match. It is too risky.
It's too
If
risky.
you had judged Sadiq Ismaila by that one match he played against Ghana, they were in trouble.
we're in
Look at what he
trouble.
played yesterday.
Big trouble.
So one match is not enough to judge a player.
Yeah.
So you have to still watch them. Well, after watching them in training, watch them
again
play
in match.
back to back and
Yeah.
back to back. So
Yeah.
at those points, would you use all these MPFL players? We saw about Daniel for the 5 minutes. We saw Sikiru Alimi. Some people did not even. Some people did not even show at all.
Mm.
So they just went to UK to take pictures.
Na vacation now.
So I think
Vacation.
the substitutions were very bad. The
Okay.
submission was very bad. Kelechi Iheanacho was not supposed to even get into this. It was not even that submission would have probably been Adamu
Adamu Abubakar,
Abubakar
yeah.
or Isaac Xavier.
Yeah.
You understand? What Kelechi had minutes in last time, he didn't show anything.
Didn't show anything.
Yeah,
If I
why
don't see
use
no
him
man
again?
from bench.
Yeah, let him go back to the bench now. What
Mm.
did he come to do yesterday?
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people argue that maybe because of penalties. I don't know. But I felt like his decision making was very bad,
Very bad.
and then he did not utilize the players adequately well. Because if Christian Uche did not make it to the camp, if Benjamin Frederick did not come back to train with them, what would you have been talking about? Would you have not used these players? So why not use them? So I think result-wise, he had a very good result, winning a trophy in his second international break, which is
International break,
rare
yeah.
where you see. I think that's his first trophy as a coach.
Yeah.
So we're going to give him that 8/10. But as far as I am concerned, the performance, underutilizing player, and then the solutions were very bad for me.
All right, thank you so much, Ewa Egochukwu. Thank you so much. Yes, that's the rating of our players yesterday in the Unity Cup final against Jamaica. You can go to the comment section and share your own opinion. And for me, I think Uche won the match yesterday, taking the last penalty and then lifting the trophy. Now, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you again next time. Thank you.